absolutely no mistaking that piercingly pure tone of his guitar, which is among the most recognizable sounds in music. But you know, there's also a remarkable story to his life, which he tells in his new memoir. We're so happy joining us today is the sensational Carlos Santana. Welcome to Emotional Mojo.
Hi, thank you. It's a joy to be here.
We're so happy to have you. You know, much of the world first witnessed your extraordinary talent at Woodstock, 1969. How has your music changed over the last 40 years?
We embrace much more dimensions of colors and expressions, especially from Africa, you know, and around the world. So we have learned how to articulate a universal language that is, I call it collective commonality.
And it is a universal language. I mean, your music is known worldwide, and we love your story here. You know, growing up poor in Tijuana, you defied the odds. You achieved massive success with your career. Who or what has been the greatest inspiration in your life?
Definitely my mother. My mother, my dad, my 4 sisters, my 2 brothers. We're a very tight family, you know. Outside of that, of course, Bill Graham, Clyde Davis, Miles Davis, Tito Puente, B.B. King. All of them have given me, have crystallized my persona because I embrace them, you know. Like right now, the ones that I really keep focused on is Dolores Huerta and Harry Belafonte. So I'm always connecting with people's hearts so that I know where my light needs to go.
It's pretty amazing. You know, you've worked with hundreds of musicians. Is there any artists out there you'd still like to work with?
Definitely Prince again. You know, I like to go to the studio with him, and Sting, Andrea Bocelli, Metallica. You know, but especially musicians from Persia. You know, there's a lot of musicians over there who I want to connect because I hear that they're totally into Metallica and Santana, and they're, you know, somewhere between Istanbul and Kuala Lumpur, there's a lot of bands in the garage practicing, you know, their instruments, and I want to learn from them.
That's something I would love to hear. What about your wife, Cindy? She's an amazingly talented drummer. You two ever jam together at home?
All the time. Yes, we do. She is awesome, and I feel really grateful that we are one. And we are planning to do some things next year. So we're going to elevate ourselves to a whole new dimension, taking you know, our music to the world.
Well, we mentioned your memoir earlier. I have it here. It's called The Universal Tone, Bringing My Story to Light. And you spend a good deal explaining what exactly is the universal tone.
Universal tone is it's a sound that reminds everyone of the forgotten song inside them. Everyone has a forgotten song. It's for me, it's a Love Supreme by John Coltrane. But it's also a mother rocking a baby, looking the baby in the eye, and just humming, you know. Universal tone is something that, like, for example, John Lee Hooker would say, and everybody in the world know what that is. It's like, ooh, sounds like he's eating a great big piece of chocolate cake, but actually he was doing something else. Anyway, you know, there's certain sounds that everyone recognizes, and the language don't get in the way, Spanish, English, or any Swahili or anything. You immediately know. And I like to believe that I am part of that universal tone.
You are. That guitar, I mean, we just know it. And you know, our show, Emotional Mojo, we always encourage positivity. And you've said that you hope this book can help some people get beyond negativity. How so?
Most people are not happy unless they're miserable, and they carry it or they wear it like a badge of honor. I like to feel that this book, Universal Tone, I don't like telling people what to do, who to be, or how to do it, but I do like to invite persons to recognize, if they want to, that they can look in the mirror and say, I am significant, I am meaningful, I am worthy of God's grace, I'm not a wretched sinner, and I'm not any of those things. I can make a difference in the world, and I can also create miracles and blessings. And now if you say that over and over, then every day is going to be the best day of your life. So if you set up to be not happy unless you're miserable, you already are thinking twisted and crooked, you know. So with this book, Universal Tone, there's stories in there to help people hopefully elevate themselves into a place where they can see that you have in you something is called divinity and light. And with that, it's not only the Pope or Dalai Lama or Desmond Tutu, you know, or Mother Teresa that could actually transform yourself and other people in the planet without imposing, but more like inspiring instead of imposing.
Well, Mr. Santana, I want to thank you so much for spreading that message with us and for taking the time out. And don't forget, guys, the book is available online and in bookstores. Thank you.